the NBA was the NBA was back after a day off due to the election in the US, and I'm back with another box watching episode. Sorry for not sounding as enthusiastic as I always do, but well, uh, I'm kind of sick, so I want to get through it. I want to give it as much energy as I can, but it's really tough. And we are at episode 21. I think 21. Can you do some for me? Let's get to it. We had 13 games since there were none yesterday, and there were some really good ones. Let's start with the Mavs losing to the Magic without Paolo. The Mavs offense has been kind of struggling since it's Luka heliocentric offense, and well, they have not been making their shots. Today's game they shot just 26%, 11 of 42 from the 3-point line, and Luka was kind of chucking there. Maybe wanted to get his 30 points, he didn't. He shot 29 times, had 24, 6 and 6. He was not good today, and well, they lost the game to the Magic without Paolo, so there's that, I guess. And we'll see if they, the role players can start shooting better throughout, these next few games. And with the Orlando Magic, Franz Wagner has been great these last few games, and he continued his great streak today with 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. And he has continued his great sophomore year. He shot 53% from the field. He was great. Then we had Bol Bol chiming in at 11 at 7. Wendell Carter made a clutch 3-pointer, clutch shots, 13 and 12. Caleb Houston off the bench was really solid. Mo Bamba was, actually at least contributing somewhat. So some good stuff for the Magic as they pick up a win without Paolo. And next up we have the Blazers winning at the Hornets. This was a back and forth game. The Hornets felt like they were getting away with it in the third quarter. Then Dame stepped up and made sure the Blazers got back into the game, and then they won it pretty convincingly as Dame had 26 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Also, Shaedon Sharpe of the bench was sensational, 17 and 4, 7 of 10 from the field. He doesn't look like a rookie out there at all. So some good stuff for the Blazers. Also, Jabari Walker was pretty great for him. Didn't see him play before. Maybe he played some garbage time minutes, but I didn't see him play meaningful minutes before as they were missing Jeremy Grant and Yusuf Nurkic. So a good win for the Blazers. And well, the Hornets. Dennis Smith Jr. continues to play great, so that's good. And well, I don't know what to tell you about the Hornets. They are just atrocious. Kelly Oubre, 1 of 11, giving me a flashback to his Warriors days, I guess. Next up, we have the Nuggets coming back from like 16 down in the third quarter against the Pacers. As Nikola Jokic got in foul trouble early, the Pacers were hitting most of their shots. Their offense is really good, and well, it was a double-digit lead. The Nuggets came back, made some tough shots, did some great things on defense in the second half, and well, they are 8 and 3. Nikola Jokic had 24, 4 and 6. Aaron Gordon had 18 and 16 and 6. Jamal Murray had 18 and 8. Michael Porter continues to shoot the lights out with 17 points. Bones Highland made some clutch threes. He was 3 of 7 for the 3-point line, and he had 16 points, and he made sure to hit the huge ones at the end of the third quarter. So a good win for the Nuggets against the frisky Pacers. And well, the frisky Pacers. Benedict Mathurin 6 of 9 from the 3-point line, 30 points. He was great. Even though he kind of cooled off in the second half, he was really great. Tyrese, well, he didn't play great. I would say he was good enough. Then, Buddy Hield was also like good enough for the standard, but the defense was not good also. So just a rough loss for the Pacers, who, if they had a little more experience, they would have probably won this game, but they're happy to learn these experiences right now this season, because that's what this season is pretty much all about. Next up, we have the Jazz winning in Atlanta as they are still top of the Western Conference. And well, this was a weird one because the Hawks were in control throughout the game. Then in the fourth quarter, they kind of just, I don't know what the hell was going on there. They didn't call a timeout. Some weird stuff was going on, and well, they blew it. They just blew it, and the Jazz took advantage of it. Lauri Markkanen, 6 of 8 from the 3-point line, 32 points, 8 assists, and made some clutch ones. Malik Beasley was sensational off the bench with 6 threes, and the whole Utah team continues to just play great team basketball, move the ball around, let everyone, thrive. Volker Kessler, 16 minutes, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Just a testament to how well run they are right now. We'll see. And it's not gonna stop anytime soon. And well, for the Hawks, Trae Young is shooting is still concern, because I mean I don't know what the hell's going on, but this was all about the bench that didn't play good enough at all. They didn't make any shots, essentially, and they couldn't stop anyone on defense. And, well, that was the downfall of them. Otherwise, the starters were pretty good. DeAndre Hunter had 22 points. He was making clutch shots after shot in the fourth quarter, but it was too late. John Collins had 15 points. He was pretty good. When Capella had 15 and 19, he was really solid. DeJounte Murray didn't have the overall impact, but he was still really solid. And Trey just can't seem to find his rhythm in his jumpers, so... I mean, it's a worrying trend since it's already like 11 games in. I mean, we know Steph Curry had a 2-month slump last year, so maybe not that worrying, but we'll see how, Trey bounces back. Next up, we have the Pistons getting blown out by the Celtics. Well, Cade Cunningham had his worst game as a pro, probably, with 4 points, 3 rebounds to assist. He was bad. Jalen Duren off the bench, 10 and 10. That's something positive. Killian Hayes didn't have a bad game, which is, just out of this world. He had 16 points, 7 of 12. And Jaden Ivey was pretty solid with 19, 10, and 6. So I guess something to take for Detroit. They are having growing pains, unfortunately. And, well, my prediction that they're going to fight for the play-in is not looking so solid right now. As for the Celtics, who we know are great, Jason Tatum 31, Jalen Brown 30 and 7. They were great. And, well, that's all they needed, really, right? Sam Hauser once again off the bench, 24.6 threes, 9 of 15. He's been a revelation for him on offense and a solid, bench player for him overall. And, well, Al Horford was 6 for 6. Great stuff for the Celtics. Just a comfortable win against the Pistons. Next up, we have the Nets blowing out the Knicks in Brooklyn. As, well, the Knicks couldn't stop anyone, couldn't make anything on offense. They shot 33% from the field, 28% from the 28% from the three-point line. They were just atrocious today. Not much more to add. I mean, Julius Randle shot well, I guess, and no one else played anything, so we'll just skip the Knicks over instantly. Kevin Durant, triple-double, 29, 12, and 12. He was sensational. And, well, everyone else was also sensational. Ben Simmons had 6, 9, and 4 in his 23 minutes. He was pretty good today. Steph Curry had his best game of the season since coming from the injury. He had 23 and 3 and 2 assists. He shot 6 of 11 from the three-point line, which is great for him. Edmond Sandler, who's been starting in the place of Kyrie Irving, he has been great with 18, 5, and 1, 2 steals, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. And the Nets have a better vibe without Kyrie right now. They're playing better offense, better defense. Jacque Vaughn is now officially the head coach, which is interesting. And, well, they're playing much better basketball. We'll see how long it lasts if Kyrie comes back in the next 2 games, which he has 1 more game suspension, then he can come back, maybe. So we'll see how the Brooklyn Nets move on from here. Next up, we have the Raptors winning against the Rockets. As well, Jabari Smith had a double-double. Even though he still didn't shoot well, it was at least more encouraging than what we've seen. So, most of the time from him. Jalen Green was also really good, 21, 6, and 6. And pretty much efficient from the field, and otherwise not much to add for the Rockets. Şengün is still sensational around the basket. He had 17 and 8, and, well, that's about it. They're in the Wemby race, and they're first right now. And the Raptors, Fred VanVleet has been sensational after his return from the injury. He had 32 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 steals, 7 of 16 from the three-point line. Otto Porter had his best game as a Raptor. He had 14, 3, and 6. Darius Young, 0 points, plus 21. He had 8 rebounds to assist. Also some solid minutes for them off the bench. And OG Anunoby had 27, 10. Also sensational. So good stuff for the Raptors as they are 7 and 5. Next up, we have the Pelicans escaping with a victory against the Bulls in Chicago. As this was a really rough one with some horrible officiating. Brandon Ingram took over in the fourth quarter. He had 22 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and he had most of these points. Like, he had at least 14 of those points in the fourth quarter. Zion was pretty solid, 19 and 5. Jonas Valanciunas had 21 and 13. I mean, this frontcourt is still pretty weird, but we'll see how it works out. CJ continues to struggle these last few games, but their bench chimed in today. Najee Marshall had 9, Jose Alvarado had 7, and they didn't, give up any lead overall offensively. And this was mostly all Brandon Ingram. Was just incredible shot making down the stretch. And for the Bulls, DeMar DeRozan 33, 3, and 3 today. He was great. Zach LaVine didn't, shoot particularly well, but he was still pretty solid. Nikola Vucevic made some clutch threes once again, but he was overall negative. And, well, Goran Dragic continues to be great off the bench for him. He has been one hell of a pickup for him. and well, they didn't get anything else from their bench, which usually does more. So that was also a problem. And shout out Andre Drummond, who's been one hell of a backup five also for the Bulls. Next up, we have the Suns blowing out the T-Wolves, who are just if you can call bad vibes a team, then it would be the Timberwolves. The Suns, they were sensational. Mikal Bridges had 31, 9 and 5. Devin Booker had 32, 4 and 8, 10 without Chris Paul. Cameron Payne stepped up in the starting lineup. He had 23, 6 and 8. Landry Shamet had 16 off the bench, 5 of 7 from the field, and they got anything they wanted when they had to. And well, this was never a game really. Never felt like the T-Wolves had a chance of coming back. And well, for the T-Wolves, the team is full of bad vibes. The bench is kinda meh. The defense is meh. The offense is meh. It has been, and Edwards, the attitude feels off. D'Angelo Russell has been horrendous to start the season. Without this game, he wasn't as bad. Rudy Gobert with Towns, the front court is not working as they wanted it to, I guess. Karl Anthony Towns took just 7 shots. Jaden McDaniels was great, 24 and 8, but well, I mean, what can you do when other players and the bench just do nothing? And I mean, nothing. Offensively, they do some, but it's still like, I don't know, man. I might have to deep dive to the T-Wolves right now throughout this weekend if I can be a little healthier. So we'll see if I come out with a video about T-Wolves. And well, they're 5 and 7, and they're struggling. Next up, we have the Bucks winning in double OT against the Thunder without Jrue Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Even though he cooled off in the fourth quarter overtime, he had the game of his life. Jevon Carter had 36 points, 12 assists, 15 of 27 from the field. Incredible. Brook Lopez at 24, 13 and 5 blocks. He was great down the stretch. Marjan Boucham, who started the rookie, had 19 and 8, 29 minutes. He was great. And just a good win for the Bucks, even though it was kinda, the refs did kinda help and they could have won it in the first OT. Brook Lopez missed the first free throw. He made the second one. Shea could have had the game winner, which I wanted. Just an unlucky. It was a weird game. Weird ending to the game, especially with the referees. And well, the Thunder, Shea 39, 4 and 4. He was great. Josh Giddey had 18, 5 and 6 and some good push shots that helped him. Trey Mann had 21 points off the bench. He was good. And Lu Dort continues to shoot badly. He took some clutch threes that, he shouldn't just be taking. Poku was also solid in the clutch, but overall his impact wasn't as great. 17 and 10. Just a few rough losses for the Thunder these last few games. Hopefully they'll bounce back, as Shea deserves to be on a winning team. Then we have next up we have the Grizzlies winning against the Spurs. T also, as the Ja Morant was sensational, Desmond Bane were sensational, and that was enough. That was essential enough. Dylan Brooks chimed with some clutch points. Sunday Altama had some clutch threes. Tyus Jones was also really good off the bench, and that was enough. Ja Morant 32, 5 and 5. Desmond Bane 32, 6 and 6. And here's a hot take. Desmond Bane has a bigger upside than Ja Morant. Oh my goodness. Okay. And it's not by much, but that's my hot take. We'll see. We'll see. And for the Spurs, Jakob Poeltl, 10 of 12, 22 points, 9 rebounds. He was good. Trey Jones 11 and 11, double-double. And well, they didn't shoot particularly well, especially Keldon Johnson, even though he made some clutch ones. And it was kind of unlucky that the game winner in the his game-winning attempt just kinda rimmed out a little bit. It was really unlucky. Jeremy Sochan continues to be great. And, well, unlucky few losses also for the Spurs. Hopefully they'll bounce back. But maybe it's for the better for the Wembanyama, as Tony Parker was on the cast today, and it was interesting to hear him. Then we have the Clippers comfortably taking care of the Lakers, who are the second in odds for the first overall pick, which would be crazy if they, if Wembanyama went to Pels. Went to the Pelicans, and well, Troy Brown Jr. was pretty solid, 14 points. LeBron 38 and 5, but well, he got hurt in the groin, and it was not enough. Anthony Davis once again didn't show up in the second half. That was sad. Russell Westbrook had probably his worst game of the bench. Kendrick Nunn once again did nothing. I mean, none. He did none. I don't fucking know. And well, the Lakers are what they are, and the Clippers continue to be pretty good without Kawhi right now. Paul George has been great, 29 points. Reggie Jackson was great today. Norman Powell was great off the bench also. And they got a lot of scores. They had 7 people in double digits. Because, well, they just feasted. They shot 51% from the field against the Lakers, so there's that. And the last game of the day, it was the Cavs losing against the Knicks, which kind of has me worried because they play the Warriors next. They probably will want to win after all, because they don't want to go on a 3-game losing streak. And I'm kind of sad because they should have won against the Kings, but well, they played some bad off-ball defense, and which has been their biggest struggle these games because their offense still is fluid. Darius Garland struggled today, but Donovan Mitchell was great. Mobley and LeVert were great on offense, but the off-ball defense has been an issue. So we'll see, if they can, get better with that. But the Kings are also one of the better offensive teams because, well, they got 3 players who are not great on defense in Sabonis, Herder, and Monk, who they play a lot of minutes and they are not great on defense. So it's kind of tough when you have 3 players who get huge minutes to be great on defensively. And well, Sabonis was great. Harrison Barnes did his best game of the season, which is sad for me because I didn't put him in for my fantasy. And I mean, Trey Lyles continues to be great off the bench. Malik Monk, some great stuff for the Kings. They are 4-6 after the 0-4 start, so they're getting better. They have as I heard someone say, they have a low, ceiling, but they got pretty high floor because they got a lot of people that can shoot, score, a lot of depth. So we'll see how the Kings, if they can at least, fight for the play-in. And that does it today. What do we have tonight? Because I hope there is some games because, my sleep has been bad with, how I've been feeling sick. Wizard Mavs should be pretty fun. Hawks Sixers should be fun. Heat Hornets. Pels Blazers. Not bad. Then on Friday, we have some more games. Should be fun. I'll be here to cover it even though I'm sick. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, whatever. Wish me well. I wish you well. I don't fucking know. I'm mumbling. I'll see you all tomorrow.